Welcome back to Test to Scale Workshop. My name is Brett Green. Tonight we're going to take a look at a fairly unlikely modelling aid, and that is Future. It's a floor wax, an acrylic floor shining medium. It's a clear product. This comes in a squeeze bottle like this, and over the last 5 years or so it's become a very popular aid to a couple of applications in modelling. We're going to have a look at those tonight. Future floor polish can be used to obtain a very high level of shine on clear plastic parts for your model aircraft. In addition to adding an extra sheen to your parts, it also has another couple of advantages. Firstly, if the clear parts are a little uneven or they have some very minor scratching or scuffing, the Future will even that out to a large extent. Also, the Future provides a protective coat against the fumes of some adhesives like superglue. So if you really want to use superglue to close your canopies, then Future is a really good insurance policy to make sure that you don't have a fogged canopy once it's in place. There are a number of different methods that various modelers use to apply Future to their clear plastic parts. Some like to spray it from their airbrush. Others like to brush it on just with a conventional paintbrush. But I think the best way is actually to dip the clear plastic parts into the Future liquid itself. The way that I do this is first of all to take a small plastic container and then actually decant an amount of Future into the container before dipping the part. That way you'll avoid the tragedy of losing a small plastic part in the bottom of a fairly deep Future bottle. It did happen to me once. We just need a few tools to get started. We have the small plastic jar. We also have a hemostat, which is just a pair of self-closing tweezers. I find that these are easier for dipping because I don't have to keep think about keeping the tension on the part while I'm actually dipping it. But a pair of conventional tweezers would be just fine as well. We also will be using a soft, large, clean paintbrush, and we'll be using that in order to remove some of the pooling of the liquid from the clear part before it dries. So let's get underway. First of all, we're going to squeeze a quantity of Future into our small plastic tub, and then it's really just a simple matter of picking up the part and thoroughly bathing it in the Future. Now, you'll notice I'm shaking the part off, and now I'll be just carefully in the corners, on the outside as well as the inside, and in the little crevices and edges. I'm actually just brushing away some of the potential pooling, which will actually show up as thicker areas if we don't take care of it right now. Okay, so that took us all of about 10 seconds. I'll now put this part down. I won't put it flat on the edge. I'll actually lift the edge up a little bit off the surface of the little mat that I have down there. The reason I do that is that potentially it could stick to the paper mat that I have. Once the part is dried, and it probably needs anywhere between a couple of hours and overnight depending on the climatic conditions, but once it has dried, you can then mask the clear plastic part with your favourite masking medium, either something like a cutting edge black magic mask, or in this case I've just used Tamiya masking tape in thin strips and cut it to shape with a very sharp knife, and it's now ready to be painted. Depending on where you live, Future might be available under different names. For example, in New South Wales, the state of Australia where I live, it's available as Johnson's Super Shine. I know that in other states of Australia it's actually marketed under different names in. But I got my original bottle of Johnson's Future during a visit to the United States about 2 years ago. You'll see that in that 2 years I haven't used very much, and the bottle itself wasn't terribly expensive when I bought it. So it's an inexpensive and a very useful tool when you're finishing your models, as a nice finishing touch for your canopies to give them an extra sparkle, but also to protect them from the fumes that they might be subjected to with super glue inside the fuselage of your kit. Well, that's all we have from Tester's workshop for this month. Next month we'll be taking a look at the very finishing touches of our Messerschmitt Bf 109 G6. Until then, bye for now.